What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It's pouring outside. Gonna be hanging out with you guys for probably 30 to 45 minutes. Gonna be a pretty short one this afternoon. Picked up my daughter from preschool, put her down for a nap. She instantly fell asleep, man. That school wears her out. But I will be hanging out with you guys for, like I said, 30 to 45, not very long stream. Got a video made today. I'm going to be uploading that probably for the weekend. That's kind of how things are going to go for me from now on. Like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and most Wednesdays, I kind of have half of... Oh, one sec.
How are you doing this Tuesday afternoon? Game 1 of Dodgers versus Rays tonight you got? Sorry about that 31 choke by Atlanta.
It was a big choke, for sure.
Vikings and Jags are both 15 kind of a bad year.
Nick, thank you so much. Sarah and Caleb, thank you all so much for the generous super chats and channel support this afternoon. I appreciate the hell out of that. Give me one sec. So yeah, I think moving forward, the way it's going to work is, since like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I basically have half of the day to myself because my daughter goes to preschool or my parents are babysitting. You know, they want to hang out with her. What I'm going to utilize that time to make videos and schedule them for the weekends, and then I will stream during the week, if that makes sense. So there's always going to be something going on the channel. For the most part, that's kind of, you guys know I'm not much of a planner. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, hope you liked that trailer from last night. Like we've discussed, or like I discussed in that video from this morning. Not much new, but that's a good thing. Caleb Kemp, thank you so much for the first super chat, man. Caleb says, hello there, right back to you, General Kenobi. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, you mentioned doing good or kicking ass in your class, right? My brain is fried right now. I can't think, man. Too much shit going on. But I hope you're doing well, man.
Neither Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Ki-Adi-Mundi, or Commander Riker were in the damn trailer. This is going to be the worst show ever made. Those 60 seconds ruined my entire childhood. Ruined it, I tell you.
Vince, thank you so much. It's good to see you, man. One sec. But Caleb, I appreciate the hell out of that, man. Hope you're doing well. And Sarah Heat, thank you so much as well, Sarah. HelloGreedo. I watched the new trailer and it was amazing. Is it wrong that I'm glad that it showed us some new footage but didn't show us anything too revealing? No, I'm in complete agreement. I feel like that's just what everybody wants, right, Sarah? I don't think that's too outrageous to think. Like, for me, what I want in a trailer is maybe just some quick shots, nothing revealing. I don't want to see major plot points. I don't want to see major characters. I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, twists and turns are to be experienced while you're watching the show or the movie or whatnot. You know, when a trailer for a movie or a show, you know, reveals too much, I don't understand why they do that. As I said in my video, man, like, go watch the original Phantom Menace trailer. It is the whole damn movie from start to finish, sped up into like 2 minutes. It's crazy. I can't imagine a trailer being like that nowadays, where the entire movie is shown. I'd be so disappointed, man. So yeah. No, I'm in complete agreement. You know, it didn't show us really much anything new. A few shots, a couple, lines of dialogue and whatnot. But overall, I kind of appreciate what they did. It's kind of the best of both worlds, as I said. Like, for me, going into a new show, a new season of The Mandalorian, or even a new movie, I usually just want one teaser trailer and nothing beyond that, because I always think they're going to end up showing too much, and I don't need to see more. Like, we got, 10 days? Come on, be patient. If Ahsoka's in there, guess what? You're going to see her. You don't need to see Ahsoka in a trailer if she's going to be in there, right? Don't understand, the desire to just have everything spoiled that some people have. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Can't we have some surprises? Does the goddamn internet and the rumor machine and the leak factory need to ruin every single surprise that can be experienced by an audience? Oh man, it's so annoying. But then there's a whole nother discussion to be had about the leak factory, the rumor machine, being propelled by the monetization of all this kind of rumor machine and leak factory, right? Oh, we could go on for hours and discuss this
tough break about the
bullshit. Oh, one sec.
Was thinking about making cocktails for the Mando premiere. One was to make a HelloGreedo cocktail.
I love this question, Galactic Greaser. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, I really love the username, and I think that's a good question. Give me one sec. But anyway, Sarah, I'm in complete agreement. I don't want to know too much. Leave things to mystery, to surprise, to anticipation. Not everything needs to be dumped into a trailer, right? But yeah. Anyway, gotta have that mystery. Nick the Geek, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support, man. Hope you are doing well. Nick says, "Hello, Greedo. How are you doing this Tuesday afternoon?" It is Tuesday. Game 1 of Dodgers versus Rays tonight. Who you got? Sorry about that 3-1 choke by Atlanta. Was hoping they would represent the National League. Vikings and Jags are both 1-5. Kind of a bad year. I didn't realize the Vikings were 1-5. Yeah, man. Huge bummer. Obviously, I watched all 7 games of the series, and it was just pure domination. Like, me and my family grew up. I grew up in Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta from the time I was about 4 years old to the time I was like 13 or something like that. Yeah, 13, I think, because I saw the Phantom Menace in Atlanta and I was 13. So, I was super pumped. And, I was texting my parents, and, the Braves are back in it. Haven't been to the World Series since 99. We lived there. Haven't won a World Series since 95. We lived there. And we were watching it and super pumped, man. And, I thought it was just going to be an easy little speed bump onto the World Series. Up 3-1. Okay, no, it's all right. We lost the game. We can still, we just need one more. 3-2, 3-3. What the hell is going on? And then Game 7, I thought we had it in the bag. And then a couple huge plays and horrible base running. Horrible base running. That reminded me of like Little League base running, dude. Oh man, so disappointing. So disappointing. Yeah, it was a really fun season, though. And Nick, tell me if you agree with this, but for a long time, I've been saying, not only just because of COVID and the way this season was reduced, or consolidated, I guess, but for a very long time, I've been saying that I kind of wish the baseball season was cut in half. 162 games in a season. It's just tradition. It's the way baseball has been forever. Baseball is, I feel like, one of the hardest sports to change because that tradition is so ingrained. You know what I mean? How long did it take for instant replays and that kind of shit? People were so against it. And it finally happened. But I kind of hope that the season gets kind of cut in half. I kind of do. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. A shorter, more consolidated season. Yeah, I don't know. It feels more digestible, I love myself some baseball, but yeah, 162 games is a lot. 80-ish is good. Yeah, it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a hell of a lot. But yeah. Anyway, maybe next season. I've completely lost hope in the Jags, Nick. Like I on Sunday, we had the game on. I was watching it and working out, and then the middle of the third quarter came around, and I said, fuck this, and I put on my running shoes and I went for a 4-mile run. Got back with the 2-minute warning into the game. Just watched the end of us losing. No hope. Just another trash season. Another bust. another feeling at the beginning of the season like, oh, maybe we have a franchise quarterback. I feel like we've been saying that for 10 years now. And that's just, it's happening again. Good old Jags fans. Round and round, here we go. Never stops. Same old shit. But anyway, hope you're doing well, Nick. I greatly appreciate that ridiculously generous super chat. Yeah, Foles is killing it on the Bears for sure, Nick. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, yeah, insane. Guess we should have kept him. Shouldn't let the mustache sales of t-shirts and fan hype dictate what we do, I suppose, right? Anyway, I appreciate that, Nick. And Vince, when I said it correctly, Kijibo, I think I said it correctly, last stream as well. And Galactic Greaser, thank you so much, guys. Vince Wynn says neither Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Ki-Adi-Mundi, or Commander Riker were in the damn trailer. This is going to be the worst show ever made. Those 60 seconds ruined my entire childhood. Ruined it, I tell you. Again, man, like, is the first time you see Ahsoka or Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, do you really want it to be in a goddamn trailer? What is with an audience and the lack of mystery? I don't understand it. Don't you want a little bit of surprise? Do you have to know every single note before you listen to the new song? Can't you go in to watch a show without seeing everything that's going to be in the damn show before you watch the damn show? It's weird, man. It's weird. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by the trailer. I mean, like, it was kind of exactly what I wanted. Didn't show anything. Most of the shit we've already seen before. Just setting it up for me to be, you know, sitting down in 10 days watching the second season of The Mandalorian, right? Yeah. Excited. It's nice because, you know, we really don't know what's going on other than this quest that the Mandalorian is on, right? Din is on this quest to find, I guess, caretakers for this child, for maybe those who know what species the child is or that can take care of it, you know, and that is a fun little mission for the Mandalorian to be on. I think it's going to be very similar to the first season where, you know, every episode just kind of ping-pongs location to location, new cast of characters every time. I love how it's done in that way. I'm sure that the second season will maybe have a little more solid thread throughout this season instead of ping-ponging so much. But if it does do what the first season did and kind of, you know, bounce around a lot and never really stay stationary in one spot for too long, I would love it, you know. But anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. The whole trailer should have been Ahsoka and Boba Fett. Anyway, I appreciate it, man. And Quijabo YouTube asks 2 questions here. Quijabo says, I do airsoft, you should do airsoft. Hey, I play airsoft, you should play. So Quijabo, thank you so much for the channel support, man. In terms of airsoft, I played maybe, I'm trying to think, like the last time I played airsoft, maybe 15 years ago. I would have been 19. That's probably the last time that I've played airsoft. Now paintball, on the other hand, I played the hell out of paintball as a kid. Especially like when we moved to Florida, I was 13, and our neighborhood was being built at that time. Big neighborhood, huge neighborhood. And so what me and my friends would do, we would take our paintball guns and we would go play in under construction houses on the weekend when the workers weren't there. So we would like literally be playing like in houses that were halfway finished in a cul-de-sac. And it was awesome. It was so much fun. Probably the best paintball experiences I've ever had. I definitely prefer paintball over airsoft. Never been able to get into airsoft, but as a kid, I played the shit out of paintball, man. I actually gave my paintball marker to Goodwill like a month ago. It's been sitting there for like 20 years, not that long, 15 years since it was last fired. But I don't even know if it works. It was a Spider TL or XL. I can't remember. Yeah. Had a lot of fun playing paintball back in the day. Did a lot of like I said, under construction houses in the neighborhood in the cul-de-sac, and then we played woods ball quite a bit. I definitely prefer playing in the woods over like a speedball course. Speedball courses don't do anything for me, man. I mean, they're fun, I guess, but like I would much rather have a couple 100 yards between you and the opposing force and just have a boundary and let, go. Way more fun, in my opinion. But anyway, I appreciate that, Quidjabo. And Galactic Greaser, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this afternoon. I appreciate the hell out of that, man. Mr. Greaser says, tough break about the Braves, bud. Was thinking about making cocktails for the Mando premiere. If one was to make a HelloGreedo cocktail, what would you think it would have? So, first of all, thank you. It is rough. Hopefully we can keep that that optimism and fun nature of the team that we had this season. It was a blast to watch. But so in terms of cocktails, so what I would say, one of my favorite cocktails in the past few years is the perfect summer drink, and I guess you can take it into the fall too. Is a mojito. If you go on my Instagram and let me scroll down. If you go to my Instagram and scroll back to April 1st, you will see a video that I posted making a mojito. We grow our own mint so we can make them fresh. We made our own simple syrup. You don't have to do all that. But, dude, it's awesome. And it's so refreshing. And it's one of my all-time favorite cocktails. Now, that being said, I love a good jalapeno margarita. Maybe that would be better. A jalapeno margarita for episode 1, season 2 of The Mandalorian sounds pretty damn good. If I'm out and about and I'm looking to get a cocktail, I usually will get usually I'll get like a scotch on the rocks or just like a whiskey on the rocks. But if I'm getting a cocktail and I'm out, I usually get a whiskey sour. But I rarely get cocktails when I'm out unless we're at like a good cocktail bar, Yeah. I had an old fashioned at a place called Orsay, downtown Jacksonville. Had like orange peel in it, rimmed. It was really good. Really good. But yeah. Galactic Greaser. I'm going to say either a jalapeno margarita or a mojito. But you got to have that mojito fresh. I mean, a jalapeno margarita, whatever. Buy the mix. It's spicy. Who gives a shit? But a mojito, you could buy some mint leaves at the grocery store, muddle them up in a glass. It's good stuff, man. That's my answer. Those two drinks. But anyway, I appreciate that, Greaser. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, what a lot. I guess I'm usually not. I don't stay up for the Mandalorian show. What I usually do, or what I did do for the first season, when every episode, whenever a new episode would come out, I would wake up at 4 a.m, watch it, make a video, and have the video done by like 9 a.m, and get it uploaded. So that's what I'm going to do again this time. Yeah, they're great, Greaser. Definitely watch that video. Watch that video. Scroll back to April 1st, and yeah, you'll see it. You'll see the video. It's the thumbnail. It'll be hard to miss. The thumbnail, you'll see a picture of my legs and a kayak, and then it's the video is to the right of that. And I'm sipping on a glass, an Irish pub in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. That is the glass that I'm using, that I was at. But enjoy it, man. It's delicious. Delicious recipe. Quidjabo, thank you so much for the channel support once again, man. Where did it go? There we go. Quidjabo says, not trying to be annoying, but when are you doing a face reveal? Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? I never intended for this, this whole mystery thing to be such a huge, I guess, prevalent part of the channel. It just worked out that way. Like, after I made my first video, people were doing, like, people initially asked, like, face reveal. And this was back in 2011, man. And I decided then and there to just kind of play it up and play up the mystery of it and, you know, have fun with it. So, what's kind of cool is that I have met a shitload of people. I've met other YouTubers. I've met viewers. And I've taken pictures with people, man. I've taken pictures with viewers. And every single one of them have been super fucking cool about it. And... you know, I wasn't like, you better not share that. I just, you know, I trust people, and it doesn't really matter, but it's just like they get the vibe of the channel, they get the fun, the mystery of it, you know. So it's just kind of neat that they've all been, everybody. It's been like 4 or 5 viewers that I've taken pictures with, and it's just been cool. They've been awesome. So, yeah, man. But I'll never say never. At some point, I think I will end up doing a face reveal, because especially when I start something new next year, a new career path, might not have time to make the videos like I make them now. So doing a face reveal and then making videos just in front of my camera, in front of my green screen with my face, would just make things so much easier, man. So much easier. So, yeah. Time and necessity might dictate a face reveal. That being said, you know, maybe one day at a convention or something like that, I'll do a little meetup and we can take a big group picture, right? But as of right now, no plans. No rush. It's been kind of fun, you know. And anyway, I appreciate that, Quijabo. No, Jack, I've never seen They Live. It's one that I've always wanted to. With the glasses, right? I've always wanted to see it. I've never seen it. Carpenter, right? Yeah. I've never seen it. We actually watched Evil Dead last weekend, or over the weekend. I had never seen that. But I've always wanted to see They Live. But yeah. Yeah, Evil Dead was, I mean, I appreciate it for being super low budget and kind of Sam Raimi's first thing. It's you know, I appreciate it, but I probably wouldn't watch it again. If I was, like, really into horror movies, and I, like, wanted to get into the industry as, like, a magical gore maker, you know, I'd probably love it, because it does have some fun gore in there that, you know, you can see. Like, the last 30 minutes felt like just a bunch of friends coming up with crazy ways to show gore on camera, right? And that's exactly what it felt like, the last 30 minutes of that movie. But, yeah, anyway. Gungan. Actually, in my daughter's bedroom right now, she's taking a nap. On the floor is a Jar Jar Binks mask, because she was running around with it earlier today. So, I do have a Gungan mask. I do. It's been in a few videos over the years. But yeah. Let's see. All right. Ooh, this is a fun song. Do your best Jar Jar Binks impression. Okay. Let me take a quick swig of the old water. You guys tell me. You rate this Jar Jar impression on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best, all right? Let me practice for a second.
Okay, day. You should say people gonna die. Oh no.
That's about the only phrases that I might be able to do decently. What are some other things that I could say? What are some other things that I could say? I can't think. What are some other ones?
Mr. Back. Excuse me.
That wasn't that good. Nah. Get a little Jar Jar.
You should say people gonna die?
A Lego Star Wars fan 77, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I appreciate the hell out of that, man. Lego says, in my opinion, the worst Star Wars scene in Attack of the Clones is the one where Anakin tells Padme about the Tusken Raiders, both characters, the so unlikably dumb. Well, you probably know Attack of the Clones is my least favorite Star Wars movie. I do remember that scene, but in what I remember from that scene is how stiff they felt. Or maybe I'm kind of misremembering it a little bit. I slaughter them. Isn't that what he said? Let's see. Let me look up the quote. And in terms of Star Wars movies that I've watched, Attack of the Clones is definitely the one that, out of all of them, including Rogue One, well, not including Rogue One or Solo, probably not even including any of the modern. The one I've seen the least, the Star Wars movie that I've seen the least is Rise of Skywalker. I've seen it one time. Isn't that what he says? I slaughtered them. Tusken Raiders. I slaughtered. Oh yeah, they're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. That's right. That's what he said. Yeah. And Lego Star Wars fan, it's been so long since I've watched Attack of the Clones that it makes me want to watch it again. Just the fact that I haven't seen it in so long. Oh, yikes. Looks like I need to tighten a bolt on my chair. Shouldn't have used my arm to kind of lift myself up. Or the armrest, because it started to pop off. Yeah, I would like to watch it again at some point, because it's been so long, man. But it is one of the movies that I've seen the least. And it's always been kind of like at the bottom of my list. Yeah, they're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them! That's right. Worst Star Wars scene, period. Gotcha. Yeah, most of the scenes that I don't like that come to the top of my head in Star Wars, I would say, are Attack of the Clones. Like the droid factory thing. I mean, I guess I get why it's in there. Let's see. It's one of my least favorite scenes, you know. I don't know. Could have worked. A lot of people describe Attack of the Clones as like a detective story. I think I need to see it again because I never got that vibe from it. And again, it's probably since I sat down to watch Attack of the Clones from start to finish, it's probably been maybe since 2012 or so. I feel like the last time I watched it was when Disney acquired the franchise, and it was announced that new movies were going to be made. I feel like that's the last time that I watched it. I'm pretty sure it is, but yeah, I can't really think of what my least favorite or worst Star Wars scene I would say is. It's really hard for me to say. I can see that, but there's like no plot in my opinion. Yeah, again, it's always been like at the bottom of my list forever. Like since it basically came out. And I have not seen it for a very long time. And I'm really curious, like, I don't really like the Rise of Skywalker, but I think what saves it for me over Attack of the Clones is the relationship between Kylo and Rey. I think that was done pretty well, you know? But I really want to watch Attack of the Clones again just to see how I would feel about it, you know, today. But yeah. Most disappointing Star Wars film you have ever watched? Probably The Rise of Skywalker for me. Yeah. And I saw all the prequels in the theater, and they were, I mean, you know. Yeah, I think The Rise of Skywalker is probably my most disappointing Star Wars viewing experience, you know, or disappointing as you put it. But yeah, Star Wars movie that I've watched the most, Jack, is definitely A New Hope, the original Star Wars. I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times more than any other Star Wars movie, and that's not an exaggeration. It's the movie that I watched the most of as a kid. It's the one that when I think of Star Wars, I think of it. It's got pretty much all my favorite scenes in Star Wars. I just love everything about it, and it's the one that I've by far seen the most, by far. But yeah, you know. Take it easy, Wookie Talks. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me this app. Galactic Greaser. Oh, and I see Story Room coming in, too. I appreciate that support, guys. After these super chats, I am going to jet. Got some stuff to do before I have to wake up my daughter from her nap. Knock that out. But, nice. No, don't apologize, man. I shouldn't have jumped the gun. Galactic Greaser, thank you so much for the channel support. One of my favorite small details in Star Wars is from Episode 3 when Anakin is overlooking Mustafar before Padme gets there. He's crying, but with Sith eyes. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna... See, it's been so long since I've watched the prequels. From start to finish, like I said, the last time was probably 2012. And I don't know how much attention I was paying to them. And the reason I really want to watch them again, Greaser, with a kind of a modern eye in the context now that I have, is because of the Clone Wars. I watched the Clone Wars, and there's so much more context there. And I'm just really curious how I would look, if I would look at them differently now that I have that context than I did, you know, when they were coming out, with the, you know, before all the supplemental material was available. So, yeah, there's probably so many small details like that throughout the prequels that that are probably kind of neat, but I've just never paid attention to, because in terms of like I said earlier, the movie that I watched the most of as a kid was A New Hope. By far is the one that I've seen the most of. But can't tell you how many times I've seen the prequels. I've maybe seen The Phantom Menace 10 times since '99. The other ones not nearly as many as that, you know. But yeah, definitely want to watch them. With different context. I'm a prequel kid, so little details like that really make the movies for me now that I'm older. Oh, I completely get it, man. It's really cool to see, and it took me by surprise, and it was kind of like definitely a moment of reflection when I saw this entire prequel generation that grew up with the prequels. And you could say that I grew up with the prequels. I was 13 when The Phantom Menace came out, right? So you could say that I was a prequel kid too. But I think I was old enough, like, I had watched the original trilogy for 13 years. I was old enough to, like, feel how different they were. Whatever. But it's been really neat to see the wave of prequel fans who were once like really young, who grew up with the prequels, now have a voice on the internet in defending what they love. And what's really funny is that they've kind of turned into, this is a blanket statement, but they've kind of turned into exactly the type of assholes who were like bitching and moaning about the prequels in 99 through 2005 on like the Force.net forums and stuff like that. It's just kind of funny how it's so obvious that Star Wars is a generational thing, you know, and how new Star Wars is always going to be belittled and moaned about by previous generations of fans. Yeah, but maybe that's inescapable. Not in my Star Wars. There you go. But I appreciate that, Greaser. In Story Room, thank you so much for the channel support. Good question for this this time of the year. Story Room asks, favorite spooky movie? ? That's tough. Growing up, I would say I watched Halloween, the original Halloween, way more than anything else. I've never been a big horror movie fan. I've never been a huge fan of, I guess you would call them, scary movies. I'm trying to think of like what I would consider my favorite though. Golly, man, it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say. I would say like the original Halloween, but I kind of feel like watching it nowadays, if you didn't grow up with it, I would think that most people watching it nowadays, like kids, might think it's kind of tame and boring. Slow and boring, maybe, you know? Does anybody think that out there? Like, the last time I watched it, which we watch it every year, I kind of felt that. I was like, I bet kids watching this probably think it's a little boring. But I kind of love the slow build, the slow anticipation, you know, of it. So I would say throughout my life, the original Halloween has been the one that I've seen the most of, and it's probably my all-time favorite spooky movie. Not counting Alien. But yeah, also growing up, I dressed up as Michael Myers basically every year until I was like 18 years old. And I'm talking about like when I got too old to trick or treat, I would put on my Michael Myers mask and my dad's like zip up work coveralls and walk around the neighborhood just kind of being freaky to kids. You know what I mean? Like just walking around like a robot. But I watched it as a kid, but as an adult, while I still love it, it's definitely slow in a good way, though. Yeah, in a good way, for sure. Absolutely. Pretty much a kid, and it's one of my favorite films out there. Yeah. What's your favorite movie? It's really, yeah, it's, so yeah, I would say Halloween, the original Halloween. But, yeah, man, I appreciate that. My favorite movie besides Star Wars, Jack, I have kind of a top 5, I would say. I could run down my top 10. In no particular order. The Right Stuff, the original movie, love it, loved it forever. Apollo 13, Jaws, 127 Hours is up there too. The Back to the Future movies. There's a lot more, but I can't just pick one. After Star Wars, I can't just pick one movie. But yeah. Anyway, all right, guys, it is time for me to jet. Got a lot of stuff to knock out before my daughter wakes up or before I have to wake her up. She got a late start to a nap. So I will probably have a couple video. I'm hoping to have a video scheduled for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over the weekend. I rendered one and got it made today. It's a fun one. It's from the series that I'm starting called What's in the Box, and I pull out a random thing from a box of Star Wars comics, and I talk about the comic. And this one was super weird. It's from 1981. It's a Star Wars Marvel comic. Has Lando and Chewbacca. And it is weird. We'll just say that. It's weird. So look forward to that. All right, everybody. To everybody who supported the channel through Super Chats this afternoon, I appreciate the hell out of it. To everybody who just kind of hung out in the chat and shot the shit, thanks, man. All right, so enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Cool? Cool. See ya.